I hope you guys are ready because I want your opinion on something. This is NL10 Podcast number 13 with me, your host, Nathan. Hopefully everybody's doing good. We had a good time. And the last podcast on episode 12 a couple of weeks ago, reintroducing myself. That was an interesting time. And I've seemed to have gotten a lot of good feedback from a lot of people, man. It's actually sparked a few things that I'm looking forward to. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and kind of mention one now. There's going to be a reunion that's going to be happening on May the 5th between me and a lot of people I used to work with at Learn TV, a TV studio I used to work back. I think I mentioned it a couple of times in that last video. And I'm looking forward to doing that. You guys will see that. I'll see if I can't get the rendering from them and they can sit it over here. That way you guys can see that. Me and a few of my old buddies over there at Learn TV. That was a fun time. Dude, I'm looking forward to that a whole lot. But no, a lot of people have reached out and really enjoyed the podcast itself. I'm thankful for all of you that did reach out to me. And today's a little bit of a different topic. I don't know if this is going to be a very long one at all. I don't know at all. I got my coffees ready just in case. Unfortunately, I didn't get to use my favorite mug tonight. I used it earlier and it's getting washed currently as we speak. It's in the dishwasher. So I had to settle with the old-fashioned, very faded number 6 David Reagan UPS mug here. This thing, it'll do the job. It's the big one. And I also still got my Boston Red Sox one that I got back in Boston, which that one, I always do one that I'm drinking currently. And then I do another one in the travel mug because it keeps it warm for me in case it takes me a minute to get to that one. Typically it doesn't because I'm normally through this in absolutely no time. But also, cinnamon dolce Starbucks creamer. That stuff right there will change your life. It's absolutely amazing. I have went through a bottle of it already this week, and I'm currently working on a second. I'm loving it like crazy. Good stuff and a good flavor too. I love a good cinnamon in my coffee. I really enjoy that. But something that's on my mind over the last little bit, over the last week and a half, really, more or less, for personal reasons. But I am nearing right here in a couple of weeks. I'll be turning 25. My birthday will be right here in just, I think, about 2 weeks now. I can't remember exactly how long it is now, but it's in a couple of weeks, I believe, that I'll be turning 25. And every year that I get closer to my birthday, ever since I turned 20, something happened at the age of 20 for me that I've never really understood. I started to understand concept of time a little bit more. It's kind of weird. It's odd. I don't know, but birthdays were always just super cool and fun. And then, not to say that they're not now. Of course they are now. But after I turned 20 years old, the day I woke up, my whole mind shifted when it came to time because I don't know. I just became more aware of it. I started to understand that, man, time is moving fast. It just feels like a month ago we were turning 2024 into 2025, and now it's mid to late April. I'm recording this on April the 16th right now, currently. And time's moving really, really fast. And I've heard it gets faster as you get older. I'm believing that a little bit more. I'm only 24, about to be 25, and I can already understand that concept of, hey, it's getting fast. And so right around my birthday every single year, the thought of time starts to kind of ring around in my head a little bit. Starts to do circles in my head consistently, and it's thoughts that kind of come in by passing and stuff I'll be maybe listening to music or something like that. I do that a lot. I listen to music and I'll just kind of think through stuff. I'll be, just kind of wandering around the house and I would have my headphones in and just listen to music. And I'll be thinking through tons of things. That's just something that's a therapy thing for me. I used to do that all the time when I was cutting grass. That's actually one of my biggest therapeutic things is cutting grass because I can pop my earbuds in and I'm doing my thing and nobody's bothering me. And I'm one with nature, if you will. But little tidbit about me, by the way. But it's hard for me to stay on task. I do these little segues all the time. You ever saw the thing for anybody that's played video games before, where you got the main quest, but then you get distracted and go to the side quests? I'm that guy. I do that all the time. But no, and over the last week, it's really hit me harder that time is moving. That time is relentless, to say the least. And the older I get, the more I get to thinking about it, the more I start to kind of change my viewpoint on things in my life. And I kind of start looking back on my life a lot during these times. When I start thinking about time, typically I start reflecting in my life to, um, different parts in time in my life, from the most youngest that I can remember all the way up to now. And in that time of reflection, I start to understand and see how much time I've wasted and how much time I've wasted kind of being in the motions. And that's really where I want to talk about here, is about being in the motions, because us as human beings, especially in today's very fast world, we get to get up, go to work, knock your job out, try and raise a family. It's with what time is allowed, and you repeat that cycle. It's a day-to-day task. You get up, you go to work, you knock your job out, you come home, you try to cram in a couple of hours with the family, go to bed, rinse and repeat. That's exactly what the norm, the day. And if you're not careful, that cycle can consume a lot of time. And I'm a person that, the older I get, and especially over the last year, ever since I took a flight to Philadelphia, a lot of things have changed for me. And I know that may sound a little crazy, a little dumb, but let me break it down to you. I've always been a guy that's been very home centric. I'm a homebody, is what they say. I've always been a kind of a homebody. I kind of grew up that way. We weren't the most, richest people in the world, so vacations, we would do what we could. So I mean, it wasn't very fancy or flawless or anything of that nature. We got to, spend time together as much as possible. But as I've gotten older, and as I've, gotten into the working field, and I've started making my own money, I've noticed more and more the vastness of the opportunities that are in life. And for me, I was always, for the longest time, up until, like I said, this last year, calendar year, literally to the day, I've always understood that, there's cool opportunities in life, but until you start taking advantage of the opportunities, whether how little or how big, your world's not going to change that much. You're going to get stuck in that vicious cycle, because I was constantly I'm trying to figure everything out right now. I'm trying to work as hard as I can, or this, that, and I get stuck in that cycle, that get up, go to work, come home, play a game, go to bed, rinse, cycle, repeat. It's constant. It's this constant thing. And I see now, by going out in places, that there are opportunities all over this world, not only to see things, to meet people, to enjoy stuff, to enjoy life. It's all out there in front of us. And we're so comfortable in our day to day that we don't want to attack the opportunities right in front of us. Um, I'm very much a guy that I, I like going in places that make me uncomfortable. It used to not be me. It's all brand new to me. Um, Doing things that are new to me, being adventurous. I saw a video one time of a guy, Dwayne from Dry Creek Wrangler School. For those that know him, he's very good. He also has a Bible channel called Tack Room Bible Talk. Really great. I love where he comes from and all those things. But he was talking about a video that said, "Don't let the old man in." And it was kind of going along the same aspect of life. is going to hit you. It's going to come by fast. And yes, we're adults and there's things that we have to do. But don't let the old man in the fact of, don't get so stuck in your normal day-to-day life that you forget to live a little. And I'm not talking about in the sense of go party, all this, that, and I'm not talking about that. But I'm talking about go see places. Go do something that is uncomfortable to you and go experience things. Go get out and enjoy the world that the good Lord put out there for us to enjoy. Go out there and do it. There's a verse of scripture that I really like, and I think it sums this up perfectly. It's John 10:10. I'm gonna read it right here. It says, the thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they may have it more abundantly. So what does that mean? What does the back half of that verse mean? That I might come to have it more, that you might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. Here's Google's opinion on this, and I think Google did a good job with it. Living life abundantly means, this is their definition, experiencing life to the fullest with joy, purpose, and a sense of overflowing well-being, both spiritually and emotionally. Get outside, get out there, enjoy the world, enjoy these experiences. If there's something this is my thing. If there's something going through your mind enough, you need to go get after it. If there's something on your mind, I want to do this, I want to do that. I've talked about legitimately something dumb, and I even mentioned it last podcast, going to Orlando. Okay, I'm going to Orlando. I've already booked a trip. It's happening. I'm going to Orlando. Things like, go out there and enjoy your life. If there's somebody you see that, y'all like this, but you see that girl over there, go talk to her. You know, man, I'd like to know her. Go do it. You see that guy over there, man, I like to talk to him. Go do that. Man, you know what? I'd like to try that thing. Go do it, man. Go get out there and go enjoy this life. Our normal day-to-day lives are gonna be there. Don't get stuck in them. Don't take away, because your body is only going to feel as good as it's feeling in the time you're doing it. And I even think about this, like me and my buddy, we play basketball once, maybe twice a week, right? That's something that we like to do. And I get to looking around like, man, you know, we've been playing with each other for 10 years. We've been playing ball together for 10 years, and I'm getting older. He's getting older. And there were days that we skipped and we were like, oh man, you know, I'm not going to do it today. I'm just going to do my day-to-day life. And you know what, man? No, let's get together. Let's go and do that. Let's go enjoy this time. You know, we're not given a ton of time on this earth at all. I know 70 to 80 years seems like a long time, and in our minds it is, but it's really not. I'm 25, and it feels like the last 5 years of my life, it went just like that. And here I am staring down all this time. I'm like, you know, I could have been enjoying my life a little bit more. Doesn't mean I haven't had fun days. That doesn't mean I haven't had fun moments, but what can I look back on in my life when I'm, Lord willing, I make it that long, 60, 70, 80 years old, and say, you know what, man, I'm glad I did that in that moment. There's a lot of stuff I can easily say right now, man, I wish I would have done that. I wish I would have stepped out of my comfort zone and got out of the motions, if you will, and just got after whatever it is that I was thinking of. Joe Rogan said a quote one time, and this is kind of more on along the lines of kind of screwing up your life and building it back up again. But he says, live your life like you're the hero in your movie. Now, I love movies. I love movies with heroes. I love movies with great storylines and good and evil, and the guy who's the hero. And I love that kind of stuff. That I geek out on that kind of thing. That's what I'll be in the movie theaters. Yeah, you know, cheering on the good guy, if you will, or the hero of the story. But, you know, every day we live a story. We live our story. We are writing, if I could grab my pen and paper here, we are writing a story, and it's a blank page. What are we writing on this page? What are we going to do? Is it, you know, I went to work today. I went to work. Right. Wrote that. I went to work. It's not a good book. If you wrote 50, let's say each page of your book was a year, and you lived 50 years. I went to work. I went to work. I went to work. I went to the beach, and then I went back to work. That's all I did. I didn't do. I didn't go out and enjoy my life. I didn't go out and, man, I always thought about going and traveling. I always thought about going and trying my hand at this. Get out there and fail at stuff. Get out there, and this is something I'm doing. And I'm actually talking to myself a lot right now, because there's something that I'm kind of going through right now. If the people watch it and they're 15 minutes into this, like we are, then more power to them. But I'm currently not in work right now. And in that time, away from work, on my own, secretly in the back of my mind, I'm sitting back and I'm looking, and I know that there is a lot of things that's been on my mind and been on my heart for a long time. Like, Nathan, you should try this out. And quite frankly, I'm a little nervous of doing it. So, am I sitting here telling you guys to go live your life and take opportunities and get uncomfortable for no reason? Or am I going to practice what I preach? I'm in the middle of this currently right now as we speak. And I can honestly say I've gotten a little uncomfortable, and I'm enjoying it. It's sometimes a little scary, sometimes a little nerve-wracking, but the story that comes afterwards is amazing. And the motions, the life, the constant cycles, always going to be there. It's always going to be there. But why not go out there and enjoy something else? Why not get out of your comfort zone and go try something? Get out of your comfort zone. Put it to you that way. And I'm talking about the most minute things. Whatever. This is really a rah-rah speech, if you will, for anybody watching this and myself as I'm sitting here talking to myself. Your day-to-day life is great. What in the cockles of your heart, in the back of your mind, is pounding at you like, man, go do that. Go do, just take a chance and just go do it, man. Quit thinking about it, just go do it. What is that thing? I want you to think about it. I want you to visualize it. I want you to put it at the forefront of your brain for 5 seconds while I take a sip of this coffee. I'm not doing a good job of drinking this stuff tonight. I need to pick it up a little bit. This thing's starting to go a little cold. All right. Did you think about it? It's on your brain? Come up with a plan to go knock it out. Or just go knock it out. Sometimes you don't have to make, depending on what you got going on, you might not have to make a plan. Just go do it. Go do that. Get excited. For me, I'm going to Orlando. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. But also, I miss videography and film. I miss that stuff. So what am I going to go do? I'm going to go do it. I'm going to try something. I've been talking with a friend about getting back into the music videos and things of that nature. Maybe I try that. Maybe I try doing something different with my life and get myself physically fit and going and learning a brand new. I've honestly thought about learning a new language. I thought that's been kind of cool. Just something dumb, something like that. Like I said, I want to learn some stuff. For the last 18, 19 minutes here, I may have been rambling to you. I don't know. Maybe you've gotten something out of this. I have no idea. Leave a comment down there below if you have. Or if you haven't, or say, dude, you just rambled for 19 minutes. Also, I like hearing that. But let's get a conversation started. What is that thing? Let's do that. Let's do that. You can leave it anonymously if you want to, or you can leave it with your name tag to it. However you want to do it in the comments down below. I want you to tell me, what is that thing that has been in your mind for a long time that you've just been kind of back and forth on? And maybe through this, you're saying, you know what? I'm going to give this thing a shot. I'm going to get out of my normal day-to-day life. That's going to be there. And I'm going to take a chance. Is it going somewhere? Is it trip somewhere? You want to go see the Grand Canyon? I don't know. Is it changing a diet? Is it maybe like, man, I've been looking at, I've met somebody and I really like them, but I haven't really just taken that chance. I'm going to ask them out. Why not? You never know what that stuff turns into. You never know what things in life turn into. That is for sure. I am figuring that out. I ain't say I figured that out, but I am figuring that out little by little every single day. I'll give you an example. Back late last year, right? I've been attending my church for almost 3 years. It'll be September, it'll be 3 years. Yeah. So 2.5 at the time. And I'd been going there and, I go there on Sunday mornings, and that was it. I really wasn't going religiously, or I say religiously. I was going every Sunday or just about every Sunday. No Sunday nights, no Wednesday nights, none of that. I wasn't involved with anything with the church. And I kind of got to talking to somebody at the church at the time. Okay, well, see what it is. But it got me in the door a little bit more. And something that had been knocking on my door for a long time was there's a media department in our church. They do a great job. But something just kept getting on me about be a part of that media department. I'm not a person that's going to go ask to do anything like that. I'm not going to be one of those persons to try and force myself into anything, but something just kind of got on me about it. But I never did anything with it. Sat there for 2.5 years. Nothing at all. Well, through meeting this person, I got to meet the guy at the head of the thing. But I decided I was going to work an event. They needed some volunteers for something, and I went out there and I just kind of helped direct traffic with a few guys. Great time, and I got to meet a ton of people. And that church, it was a big church. It got a lot smaller for me because I started to understand and meet people and understand backstories and everything else. And I just got to meet people, and people started to know me, and I started to know them, and it was a great time. The church that I was going to, that church that I'm going to now, I was kind of intimidated every time I walked into it because I grew up in a very small church. And then I walk into this very much larger church and I'm confused. I'm like, there's so many people here. I'm kind of standoffish. I don't really know anybody. They don't really know me. I know the preacher and I know the associate pastor, and that's about it. And everybody else is like, they're blurred faces to me because I don't even know who they are. And I'll be dogged. When I started talking to that person, they kind of got me into church a little bit more. Started showing up on Sunday nights. So I show up on Wednesday nights. And it was good. I started getting involved and increased my relationship with God tremendously, but also it got on my heart like, you know what, Nathan, you need to volunteer. And I volunteered for an event and kind of helped with just, helping park cars. Okay, cool. No problem. Well, at the end of that event, I saw the guy that was running the media department, and I saw that on his iPad he was controlling the soundboard, which I thought was super cool. And with everything that I do here, I got really curious about it, and I just walked up to him and said, "Hey man, how you do that?" And we got to talking. And I'll be dogged if he didn't say, if we got to talking and he started asking me about what I did. I told him, and he looked at me and said, "Okay, when you joining us? When you coming up top?" And I'm like, "Well, I've thought about it. I don't know." And I've joined. And ever since I've joined from that moment on, late last year, it has become something I enjoy doing every single we talk consistently. I'm part of that media team. Anything that media team does, I'm there, and I enjoy being a part of the team and working together to create something. I never would have done that if I wouldn't have just said, you know what, I've been thinking about, doing something. Let me just take a shot, and I'm a volunteer at some of their event, try to get in. I didn't know nobody really. They didn't know me that well, but I'm just going to take a shot, and maybe who knows what happens. I'll just take a shot, and I'll volunteer to help the preacher out. Why won't I do that? And then I was like, that iPad, I saw the like basically the audio mixer on his iPad. I'm like, I wonder how he does that. Like, what is he using for that? Let me just ask him. Simple stuff like that. That thing that I would normally not do because I'm just like, all right, whatever. I got my normal day-to-day life. I don't need to go volunteer at that thing. It's whatever. I don't need to go do that. Take a chance, take some opportunities, no matter how big, no matter how small, no matter the severity. The severity to you is what matters versus the severity of somebody else. They're like, oh, that's just a simple thing. Okay, well, it's big to me. Go do the thing. Go do it. Go do that thing that is on your mind that's bugging you like crazy, man. I'd like to try that. I'd like to go there. I'd like to meet that person. I'd like to take a shot at maybe a new type of career. Never know what might happen. We're so stuck in living in our emotions that we would just say, you know what, we're comfortable here. Even though we're not the happiest in the world, we're comfortable in our day-to-day little cycle. I'm not going to do nothing else because if I'm disrupt that cycle, it's the unknown, and who knows about the unknown. Yeah, but would you rather say, you know what, at least I tried, versus you get later on down the road like, I wish I would have tried. That's all I got. 25 minutes of potential rambling. I don't know. Maybe you guys got something out of this. I got a ton of stuff off my chest. I'm just now getting to the second coffee. I got to give myself credit there. Normally I would have done gulp these things down by now. But yeah. I want to know what you guys think down in those comments below. Talk to me. Let me know what you think. I want to know about it. And like I said, if there's something on your mind and you want to, put it down there below. I'll encourage you. I'll like it. I'll encourage you. Say, yeah, go after it. Get after it. I'll do that. I'll be that hype man, if you will. But hey, gotta love it. Gotta love life, and time's flying. And I personally, as I'm a couple of weeks shy of being 25, still very young, I don't want to miss an opportunity. And I've missed plenty already. And I don't want to do that anymore. And if I can encourage you to get out of your cycle, get out of your motions, if you will, get out of the motions and go do something different with your life, and at least try it, I'm happy to be able to do that if I can. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for listening to me ramble for all this time. Be sure and like, comment, subscribe, do the whole thing. If you enjoyed this, if not, I'm sorry. Not really. But I hate that you, I hate that you didn't like it, but looking forward to a couple of different podcasts coming up here pretty soon. And I'm excited to get this conversation going. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Have a blessed day, and we will see you all later.